Hello everyone. So today I want to go over APA format. We'll be creating a paper based on our sample paper. First, I want to make sure you guys remember where to get the information that we'll be going over today. It is under learning materials in our weekly module. So learning materials in our weekly module. You'll get the handout today, and the pages of the handout we'll be going over today will be 16 through 18. So those really are your guide to APA format. There's also APA sample paper that we'll be using today. And then I also want to point out here are your PowerPoint instructions, your paragraph format worksheet, and your paragraph format examples. Okay, so let's dig right in. So first we start with a blank page. We go to page 16 of your handout packet, and it tells you your paper should be written with normal double spacing in 12-point Times New Roman font, 1-inch margins on each side. Okay, so let's check our margins first under layout. You go 1 inch on all sides. You go back to home. You select Times New Roman. You might have to, once you start writing, select all and do that again and make sure it's 12-point font. Okay. Then paragraph spacing I recommend changing. You go to Format, then Paragraph, and make sure it says 0 before, 0 after. Okay. This is less important as long as you're hitting the word requirement. For the draft, the word requirement is 700 words minimum, and for the final paper, it's 1,400 words minimum. Those are minimums. I will not accept the papers under that. The reason is because the paper should be larger than that. It's the lowest that I can go and still feel like I'm evaluating enough of your writing for this course. So 700 words for the draft, 1,400 words for the final. Okay, so then if we go back to our handout, it says to create a header with the paper title in all caps on the left and page number on the right. If you have a long title, it says abbreviate. So you double click in the header and you write the paper title in all caps. Let me look. You can see how I did it over here, the most insightful paper. Okay, so the most insightful paper, and I noticed right away it doesn't it changed font on me, so I want to go back and change that to Times New Roman. Okay, then you can hit insert page number. Where is it here? There we go, page number, and we want it up in the upper right. Sometimes usually I have to put this top of the page and right, but since I'm in the header, it's already putting it there, right? And same thing there, you could change that to Times New Roman as well, and hopefully it'll start sticking soon. Okay, that's your header. That's what you need to start your header with. Okay, now, pardon me as I juggle my screens here, as you have all semester, but here's back to our handout packet right here, and we have sections of the paper. Your paper should have a title page, abstract page, body, and references. The title page we'll start with. It should contain the title of the paper, the author's name, and the institutional affiliation. It should also include the course name, instructor name, and assignment due date. Type your title in upper and lowercase letters centered in the upper half of the page. The title should always be centered and written in boldface. Your title may take up 1 or 2 lines. All text on the title page and throughout your paper should be double spaced. Okay, so let's do that. Let's take it right from my sample paper. You can see how this looks. And we'll paste this right over. So you can see the title. You go down maybe 5 to 7 lines. Then you put in your title in 1 or 2 lines. I think actually I could go down 1 more. Then you have your name, your university, the class title, your instructor's name, and the date. Okay. Um, so beneath that, let's see. Okay. And that is your sample page, title page. Okay. You see, you could even go, it's a judgment call. Sometimes people do have a certain number of spaces you want to go down, but just the title should be in the upper half of the page, and the rest of the information should be about middle of page. Okay. Then we go down to the next page to start your paper. So your body of the paper should start right at the top, or I'm sorry, no, I skip a step. That's why I should go back to my instructions here. So next, you begin a new page for the abstract page. Your abstract page should already include the page header, as you can see, the most insightful paper, and the page number. Then on, let's see, on the first line of the abstract page, center and bold the word abstract. Okay, center and bold, nothing else. Beginning the next line, write a concise summary of the key points of your research. Do not indent. Your abstract should contain the research topic, research questions, summary, and conclusions. Your abstract should be a single paragraph, double-spaced. Your abstract should be typically no more than 100 to 150 words. If you're writing a longer study, like 20-page paper, you should go 200 to 250 words. But for a short paper like this, 100 to 150 words. List keywords from your paper in the abstract. Okay, so just choose a couple of keywords, like in all those articles that you're looking up, the most important nouns from your paper, and list them there. Let's look at how this looks. And I'll move it. Okay, so we go down to the second page. We see abstract at the top here, and we see a 100 to 150 word summary of the paper according to those guidelines on that sheet. We see the word keywords in italics, and here are the keywords for the paper. So instead of me typing this all out, I'm just going to copy and paste it over into our new document here. So we see abstract at the top of the page. We have your heading here, no indent. We have a summary of 100 to 150 words. I think this one's actually longer than that, so yours should be shorter. We have keywords in italics, and then keywords, the most important nouns from your study. Okay, let's go down to the next full page. And here we have the body of the paper. Let's look at those instructions so that I don't skip anything. There should not be a heading at the start of the body. Instead, start with the title in bold and centered. Then indent and start the first paragraph. Okay. We're not doing anything with subheadings or graphs, but that information's on Purdue OWL should you need it for another class. For us, really, once you start the body here, it'll be the same, other than the title being bolded, as it would be in MLA. Okay. Double spaced, no extra spaces anywhere. Okay, let me double space down here. Okay, oh, and that needs an indent too. When I paste it over, it didn't carry the indent. Okay, so I have your title for your body in bold, across the top, centered, no extra spaces, and then right into your introduction. Make sure at the end of your introduction is a argument, a main claim that's an argument that a reasonable person could disagree with. So don't forget, slavery is bad or rape is bad is not something a reasonable person can disagree with. Instead, rape could be solved in South Africa through this, and this methods. That would be something a reasonable person could disagree with. When we get to the body of your paper, we start using the citations that we went over, and they're in your handout packet as well. So have that handout packet open as you're doing this. But you can see in general we'll have last name, comma, the year, comma, P for page, and then the page number. Okay. If you refer to the author in the sentence, put the year number next to the author's name, and then put the page number at the end of the sentence. If you don't have an author, put the title in question mark or in quotation marks, comma, the year, comma, P for page, and then the page number. If you have two authors, it looks like this: Smith and sign Dories, comma, year, comma, page number. And if you have more than two authors, Smith, comma, et al. 2020, comma, page number, and the page number. Okay, so then we get to the end of your paper. You've been building your paragraphs and you get to your 1,400 words, right? Remember, 1,400 words is a minimum. I need to evaluate so much of your writing to pass you this semester. Okay, so please, it is a minimum. And here in your handout packet on page 17 are those citation rules. On page 18, we get the reference page instructions. We get, it should appear at the end of your paper, and it should start on a new page, label the page's references in bold, centered at the top of the page. Do not do anything else except bold. Like MLA, all entries should have a reverse or hanging indent. I'll show you that in a moment. All authors should be listed for last name first, then first initial. So that's different from MLA. The entries should be alphabetized. There we go. Alphabetized by last name first or whatever is first in the entry. If using more than one text from the same author, list the entries chronologically by year. Italicize the larger works, so the journal name, the book title, the magazine title, or website name. Do not italicize, bold, or use quotation marks around smaller works. So the title of a journal article, the chapter title, magazine article, or web page. Okay, so this is how it works, and I recommend opening this up on your computer and copying and pasting this into your paper. So first, let's put the word references in bold. And get to the double space, and then I recommend copying and pasting this. And let's match destination formatting. Okay, let's get the bold off of there. Let's get it back to left center or alignment. Let's get it double spaced. Okay, and I recommend having this here to help you build your references, to double check that it has everything in it. But at the end, you need to erase this. This should not be in your final references. And then for the hanging indent or reverse indent, what you do is first go to View and hit Ruler. And then at the top of the page, you have these two little triangle things. You pull the bottom part over. It should carry both. Then you take the top part and pull it back. Okay, let's do that again. So first, you go to View, hit Ruler, so you can see this ruler at the top. You pull this rectangle over and the triangle back. Okay, then you copy and paste your references here. Make sure they all carry that reverse or hanging indent. And these are some examples here. So this is what an academic journal looks like. So let's copy this over. Let's match destination formatting. And we have last name, first initial, last name, first initial, and last name, first initial. We have year in parentheses. We have title of the article. We have title of the periodical or the journal name. So in this case, and it's in italics, we have volume, issue, page numbers, and DOI. Okay, then you go to the next and you do the same thing. Also on this page, I have how to do your book, a streaming video, a web page, or online news article. I don't want to go forward and do that right now because I want to try to keep this video to 15 minutes or so. Instead, let's just look at what this reference page looks like, right? And at the end, you erase that. Okay. We have a bunch of different examples on here. Okay, and if you need any specific help, please come see me. Use Purdue OWL website as needed as well. But really, using this handout package should get you most of what you need to know. Okay, thanks.